I covered my parents' mortgage, my sister's college, and every family trip for 5 years while I thought I was the responsible son, the family's rock. I had no idea they saw me as their personal ATM, plotting to drain me dry and even take over my business. It still feels surreal to say it out loud, but that's the reality I woke up to. For years, I believed I was the quietly dependable one, the guy who just fixed things. I'm Daniel, 34, and if you'd asked anyone in my family, they would have painted me as the driven one, the one who always showed up. My first business, a small app helping local shops organize deliveries, grew from my college dorm. By 28, I was financially set, student loans a distant memory. But as my bank account grew, so did the expectations. It wasn't just my life that leveled up, it was my parents, my sisters, our family's entire way of living. For 5 long years, I became the silent provider. Every mortgage payment, every vacation, every unexpected bill they just didn't want to deal with. They'd call me the bank, laugh like it was cute, and keep their hands open. I even laughed with them at first. It started small, like these things always do. I was 29, had just bought a modest, modern place in the suburbs of Atlanta. My parents, Sarah and Michael, came to visit a week later. Michael, swirling his coffee like a master strategist, casually mentioned their rising mortgage rates. You know, he said, if we refinanced with a little help from you, we could actually keep the house through retirement. Sarah nodded, already certain I'd say yes. I just stood there, running the numbers in my head, weighing the impact. Michael clapped me on the back, it's just a bit of support. You're already doing so well. They made it sound like I was doing them a favor. Like it was normal. And I guess I wanted to be good. I've always had this ridiculous need to prove myself to them, especially to Michael, who used to say, real men show up for their families and money doesn't matter unless you're using it for something bigger than yourself. I thought maybe, just maybe, this was my chance to finally be seen as the successful one, the stable one. So, I agreed. That first payment felt empowering, like I'd officially stepped into adulthood. I was genuinely helping. Making things better. They called that night, calling me a blessing. But 3 months later, my sister, Chloe, called, crying about tuition. She decided last minute to switch to some expensive liberal arts school out of state, and financial aid hadn't come through. Sarah and Michael were stretched thin, and she'd have to delay a semester unless someone stepped in. Guess who stepped in? I wired the money. No questions, no conditions. I just did it. Chloe didn't even say thank you, just sent a heart emoji and a photo of her new dorm. That's when it began. The slow, quiet transformation from being Daniel, the brother and son, to being the bank. It became a nickname in our group chats. Ask the bank. Maybe the bank can fund this year's Hawaii vacation. Hope the bank isn't too busy working to join us for dinner this weekend. At first, I convinced myself it was their weird way of showing pride, that they just weren't good at expressing gratitude. But eventually, I stopped laughing, especially when they stopped asking and just started expecting. Christmas that same year was when I first noticed the real shift. We were at Sarah and Michael's house. Chloe unwrapped an obnoxiously expensive camera lens. Don't miss the twist bottom left, full story.